that I have really learned a lot. Like, I didn't know you had all this information. I think I should follow you to one of your training sections, because like this is very good. And I also wanted to ask you a question. You know, they are usually, like what you said, they're very familiar customers. Sometimes, even though they are talking too much, after they tell you that, hey, cake way there, me turn to 300 cities, so me they turn to 50 cities. Like, how do you deal with those people? But the people that you know are the people that will come and ask you for discounts. And as we are all trying to start a business, so every time if I'm giving you discounts, it breaks my business down.
Okay. Well, discounts are ways to make a sale. Okay. But if discounts will make you sell below cost, then you have a problem. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you are killing your business. Now, that is why you don't just sell a product to the customer. You sell the benefit. So the moment he's talking about discount, you start talking about what we have put in for what benefit. And for that matter, is it something that you want A or B or C out? Okay, because obviously you are in a business to make profit. And if all your sales will go through discount, then what it means is that at the end of the day, you will not make anything. So you have to let the person know. So for example, well, you tell the person, this type of cake, I can give you, and that's what the people who sell posts and certain items in the marketplace do. Okay, if you want a cake at 50 cedis, then I can only be able to give you this, which will equally look good, but it will not have all A, B, C, and D. You understand? Because everything comes at a certain cost. Okay. And one thing I was taught as a salesperson is that you cannot win them all. There are certain customers who would come. It is better to lose them than to have a compromise with them.
Yeah. Okay. So, as a young man, at what age do you think you were ready to start a family? At what age do you think you were ready to give birth to me? Yes.
Unfortunately, we are not the eldest, but that's fine. Okay. So, you know, growing up, there were two things that impacted me. Okay. The first one was the strict disciplinarian attitude of my father, and then the loving part of my mother really made me who I am. Okay. And because of the way my father was and how he treated my elder brother when he made somebody pregnant, made me to shy away from women. Okay. Until after my university, okay, where during my university days when I met your mom and we were friends. And I'm saying this so I can help you to understand at what age, whether there is a particular age or not. So, and my mom also was not seeing me moving around with women, but she could see young guys in the area moving about with people. But I realized that any mistake I make, my father will have a problem with me. Okay, so let me focus on my studies. But my mother was also thinking that, hey, is this my son a man? You understand?
Yeah.
So any woman that says hi to me, my mother will say, hey, is that my daughter-in-law? You understand?
Yeah.
But fast forward, the moment I got a job and I started making some small money, and with pressure from mom saying that, hey, when am I going to see my grandson? Then all those things raised my appetite to marry. You understand? So as for marriage, it is just being ready and then also feeling that now I want to be responsible. Number two, how I want my children to be will be how you position yourself before you get into marriage, and then you do a number of things. I fortunately got married at age 26. And that is why now you guys are like brothers and sisters to me, because I went early. Some people will wait. Sometimes people want to have everything in life before they move on. But some of us, maybe it could also be more special. Because unfortunately, mom died just about 1 year after our first son. You understand? So that's just by, maybe she was waiting to hold her favorite son's child before she goes, and so that.
I never got a chance to meet my grandmother, but I have another grandmother. Yeah, and she's my favorite. This is your cake, dear. I can't wait to. Hey. It's Christmas, and I just want to know what's your favorite childhood memory, because for me, my favorite childhood memory involves you like everywhere, like the birthday cake. I can celebrate my birthday 3 times, like 3 times. One, church, school, and then in the house. And then I always have this birthday, like I have pictures, I'll show you pictures, like every single year from when I was born to even now, 3 birthdays. So I also want to know what's my dad's favorite childhood memory. Yes.
I was not as lucky as you, even though Dad gave us a number of birthdays, but up to a certain point, we were not too much excited about birthdays. I love making money. and I was getting a lot of bonuses from my mom because of her trading. And during Christmas, I will walk to call it a big shop in Accra Central called Kingsway.
Okay.
So I used to go there a lot, and sometimes I even walk to the place, and then I'll go and buy a number of toys, okay, so that I can come and play with friends. And I'll buy firecrackers. Those times firecrackers were not banned, so firecrackers. I would use the money I've made from my mother's, incentives, and then I'll just go and buy those things. So when I come, then I have guys following me.
Celebrity game.
So one day, I think one of the guys was just lighting the firecracker, and it got to one of the guys. And I usually don't like people exchanging words and saying, "You, I'll beat you, you, I'll beat you." Anytime there is any such, I will make sure there is a fight.
Hey!
Anytime I come across such, I make sure there is a fight, because I will instigate it. I will tell this person something, I say, by this day, then I will tell this person another, then before you realize there is a fight. My father got to know about that, but he couldn't believe it, that this is what I've been doing. So during that situation, we were begging this guy and said, no, he will beat the other guy. But we realized that this guy too can fight. So then I had to do my thing. So when the fight started, unfortunately, one of the guys hit the mouth of the other, and there was a cut. The one whose mouth had the injury, the mother was passing and saw that there was a fight. So then the mother came and held the other guy and started beating the person. When I realized that it was becoming a big fight, Because then somebody also rushed to go and tell the other guy who is being beaten's mother. Then the mother also started coming. That time I think my father has also heard about what was going on, so he was coming out. So our place was walled, so I had to use the other gate. But I realized that no, the way people were rushing, so I jumped the wall. And then I was just running. When it happens like that, I'll just run and go and sleep. As if I'm not part of the whole problem. Apparently, my father has noticed what was going on, so he was just waiting for me. So I think when I jumped the wall, then he moved towards the gate. So when I got to the gate, I said, hey, please, go and continue. Go and continue what you started. So that's one of the memories I think I have. There is something that I always would love to share, and it's about how we make promises, okay? That may not be fun, but sometimes I remember and I laugh. Because there used to be this woman who will always send you, okay? And he will make a lot of promises. Now, there was a time, because of going to market with mom and things like that, I learned a lot of things. So I could go to the market and buy items. And the way I would negotiate and the items I would bring home, people sometimes feel like, did they dash you the thing? And the way I talk excites people, so then they will be giving me items. So one day I did one of those chores for the woman. And she realized that I had come up with a lot of things. And so since then, she will not send anybody but me. Even when I'm playing, then this woman will come and call me. But when she's sending you, she's making promises. And there was something I learned, that sometimes when you're a child and somebody is sending you to go and buy food, because you have not made up your mind about the food, you don't care. Even sometimes you don't feel hungry. But the moment the person says, go and buy me that food, it either makes you hungry, but because you don't have money to buy. And that is why sometimes you see that children will go ahead and do some small stealing too, because you have given them trouble. So this woman will promise you, when you come, I'll give you salad, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. She has said to me, sir. So one day, she said she was going to get biscuits. So she called me that she go and buy her, they call that bread, Syrian bread, some flat bread. They used to take it with salad. When she gave me the money, then I went and slept, because I decided I won't go. So I went and slept. Unfortunately, I overslept. So when I came, there was no opportunity for her to go get the bread. So she asked me, who did I go to meet at the bread place or the bakery? I said, I met some small child. So the following day, there was a meeting in the house. She called all the elderly women to come. And then she said that she should beg me that she won't send me again. And then I'm like, wow. Then the people were asking me, what did you do? I said, I don't know what I have done. Then they will ask her, Madam, what did David do? Because we know that as for David, if you are sending somebody and a person is doing like he won't go, David will come and take it and go. So this one there we don't understand. He said they should beg me that he won't send me. Eventually, the woman never sent me again. What did I lose? Nothing. She lost the things, because, and all that I'm saying is that when you are promising anything, even in your business, if you are making a promise to a customer and things change, okay, maybe you were thinking that you will add something to whatever you are giving to the customer, and you have told the customer, even if it is an additional cost, make sure you deliver it.
So we are finally done, and this is the final piece. Well, we still have to test the theory, so I think we can only conclude when the cake is out of the oven. But so far, I'm proud. Proud. Let's do this. Okay. I didn't even have to do anything, like I'm proud. Please, can you show us? So can you tell? Show us the crackers. Our butterbread cake. Please try this recipe at home and then give me feedback. I would really love your feedback. Yes. Okay. Okay, so it's time to put this in the oven and then we can conclude that everybody can bake. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. So our cake is ready and so let's see what my dad did. So can you please come? Hey, oh, okay. So do you think everybody can bake? I believe everybody can bake when you have the right recipe and the right guidance. So let's see how my dad would decorate his cake. Okay. So I have here chocolates and some sprinkles, so do something. Time for my dad to decorate his cake. And I also want to ask him one final question. So with the current state of the economy, and you have a lot of experience, like you have experience in sales and operations, what advice will you give to young entrepreneurs like me, so that we can survive in this economy?
Okay. So the first thing I would say is that cake is ready. Cake decoration ready. But in any case, I mean, I think that with the current economic situation, and even not that, when you also look at the job market, okay, it calls for a lot more people becoming entrepreneurs, so that at the end of the day, we expand the base, and then a lot more people will get employment. To be an entrepreneur, I believe that most people who are entrepreneurs started with what they love. Okay, so I would say that the first thing is identify what you love doing, and put structure to it. That is the beginning of a business. Okay. Now, when you have done that, then you would create a picture of that thing beyond 5 to 10 years and say, if I start this today, what would 5 years look like? And what would 10 years look like? Okay. That way it makes you to think properly about what you are setting up, so that you know it's not child's play. And I believe that a lot more people have used that, where you see the people who you do this, what do you call, bangles and those kind of things. You see that they started from a certain base, loving it and doing those things, then eventually becomes a business. Now, after that, what I would also say is that talk to people who are already doing those things, because the moment you put structure to it and you get a picture, it is in a way giving you what we call a niche market. Okay. More like a small market where you provide a specialized product. Okay. Now, so you talk to people who are already in it, so that you can have some learnings. Now, when you have done that, the next thing also is you will learn about what you have chosen to do. Okay, you will learn about it, because I'm sure this cake that you're doing today, you may have learned a few things. The first thing started with, I love cakes and I love birthdays. I'm believing so.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have put a bit of structure to it, but there's more to do. Okay. Now you learn from somebody and you have been talking to other people. That makes you to learn more. Okay. When that is done, then you also learn along the journey. So whilst you are making mistakes, and then you are learning from the mistakes. There was something that I usually say, it may or may not be true, that how did we get, excuse me to use this word, a short skirt, for example. Maybe it was a very long skirt and the person wanted to run, and he felt that it was very uncomfortable. So they had to cut a piece of it, and the person was able to finish the race. After he's gotten to a destination, people look at it and they may like, oh, this thing looks good on you. So then it becomes part of his dressing, his hair dressing, okay? So that's it. So you learn along the journey. The other thing also is, whilst you are doing it, have fun. That is what will make you excited about it. And I'm sure this thing you are doing today is part of the having fun as well, whilst you are also getting people to learn, okay? Beyond that, you need to keep yourself up to date and go beyond the updated. I don't know how to describe this. You need to keep yourself up to date because things are happening around you. And then you put yourself ahead of the updated.
Okay.
And what I mean is that you have to be very innovative and creative so that now you will become more like the yardstick. When you do that, then your business will be fantastic. For me, those are the things I would say to young entrepreneurs. Maybe there are other things that they can look at from Google and all those places, but from within me, I think those are the things. Because I think I did what I love. Because I generated a lot of interest. Maybe the money aspect made me more interested because my mother was giving me a lot of incentives, you understand? And then I felt like, and then when I got into the sales proper, I was getting more incentives as well. Okay, so for me, that's about it. And then but if you go to the books, they'll say plan and all that. But these are the things I would say. Number one, put structure in what you love doing to get a business. And then number two, you have a picture of where you want that to get to. Number three, you speak to people who are already in it to learn from it. Number four, you learn along the journey. Okay. Number five, the best part, have fun whilst you are doing it. And then the last thing I would say is that be the best in what you do. That's it. And being creative and innovative.
So let's just wait for my dad to decorate his cake. Then he can give his final speech. Then I can also successfully prove the point that everybody can do. So I am very proud. Like this is very nice. This is his first time baking. No, sorry. He said he has baked achomo before. I'm sorry. So yes, he's not expert, but this is his first time of doing this, and he has really done well. And my dad is very good in drawing. Like he's very good with visual art in terms of like designing and everything. And then also he has a lot of experience in sales operation and marketing. So if you need any advice, if you need any support, I will tag his business page for you to go and follow and for you to ask him more questions, because he has more than 14 years of experience in
28 years.
Sorry, 28 years of experience in sales and operations, and he was the head. So I mean, he's the right person you need to talk to. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us on this episode. I had fun baking with my dad, and I was able to prove the theory that everybody can bake. So Do you think everybody can bake? Well, I believe everybody can bake. So let's test that theory. Butterbread cake. Try the recipe and give me feedback. So I will also taste and then I'm going to cut this.
Yummy.
Yummy. My dad is a better baker than I am. Because this is fantastic. Yeah, so join me another episode as we test that tale. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you very much for this privilege to tell my tales. I'm sure I was able to tell a few, and I'm hoping for another episode where I'll come to tell more. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.